So, where are we at? We're at a place where the basic foundations of Anglo-American law have been tossed out the window for the sake of political convenience. I say we toss them right back in and we toss out the SOBs who don't want to honor our traditions. This is Take That with Kurt Schlichter. Regardless of what happens with Judge Kavanaugh, and this is just a short-term thing, which makes it even worse. We have a bunch of senators, a bunch of high-level Democratic officials who want to throw out the foundations of Anglo-American jurisprudence. They hate the idea of cross-examination. They hate the idea of the presumption of innocence. Yet those two things are the key components of how we discover truth within the Anglo-American system. This isn't a new development. Putting a witness on the stand and cross-examining her is not some out of this world notion, crazy talk. It is the heart and soul of how we discover the truth. The presumption of innocence, the idea that a mere accusation is not enough, that it requires evidence, that the burden of proof is on the person asserting the accusation, has been key to how we interact and how we settle disputes and how we punish crimes for almost 1,000 years. And yet they want to just toss it out. Just toss it out. Well, an accusation is enough. An accusation is enough. Well, I'd call that McCarthyite, but that's an insult to Joe McCarthy because there actually were commies. Look, you know, you get idiots like Mazie. I don't expect idiots like Mazie Hirono to do anything but. I expect nothing from her because she's a rock. She's just as dumb as a post. Richard Blumenthal, fake valor guy, the guy who was totally in NAM, except of course he wasn't. I don't expect much from him. Chris Coons, I expect a little more from. But that, he comes out and he says, well, you know, if you're accused, you have to prove your innocence. Since when? What the hell is that? Who the hell thinks like that? Well, I'll tell you, Democrats, because the presumption of innocence, the right to cross-examine the witnesses, there's nothing wrong with them. The thing that Democrats object to is that they are doing their job. Okay? Cross-examination is designed to uncover the truth. It is designed, when wielded by a zealous advocate, to break down a story and show that the person telling it is not telling the truth. And if you can't shake them on cross-examination, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good evidence that they are telling the truth. Now, I know this stuff. I do it as a lawyer. I have to be a zealous advocate. It's actually in the law. It's written in there. You must zealously advocate for your client. So my job is to go in there and show that the other side is not telling you the truth. And the presumption of innocence plays into this in an important way because it requires that the accuser, whether it's an individual or the state, make its case. You don't have to defend yourself against will-o'-the-wisps, against fog, against phantoms. You get to hear the charges against you. You get to hear the evidence against you, and you get to put up your own case and challenge theirs. The Democrats aren't mad because cross-examination doesn't work. They aren't mad because the presumption of innocence is unfair. They're mad because cross-examination does work. They are mad because the presumption of innocence is fair, and this gets in the way of what they want. What they want is to stop Brett Kavanaugh, and they don't care how it hurts him. They don't care how it hurts his family. They don't care that it deprives the tens of millions of voters who elected Donald Trump with the idea that he would appoint conservative Supreme Court justices, that it strips them of their ability to have their say. They don't care. That's why they're against it. They're not against cross-examination. They're not against the presumption of innocence because these are ineffective. It's exactly the opposite. They are against them because they are tools of justice that prevent the kind of miscarriage of justice that these people are attempting to pull off on Judge Kavanaugh and on the American people. They're not getting away with it. We're not going to let them. We're going to stand up for 1,000 years of Anglo-American jurisprudence and tradition, of the right of an individual to face his accuser, to know the charges against him, and to force those accusing him to prove their case, not prove your innocence. I know it's really annoying that Judge Kavanaugh is going to be on the Supreme Court. Too bad. We are not throwing out the foundations of our system of government just because you're sad because you lost again. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Twitter at Kurt Schlichter. It is spelled exactly as it sounds in the native Stuttgarterese. You can listen to me here on The Rebel every Tuesday and Friday for my free outside the paywall rants. You can read my town hall columns every Monday and Thursday at townhall.com. And of course, you need to go get my book, Militant Normals. It drops October 2nd. You can pre-order it. I promise you, it's fantastic. Go get it. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time on Take That with Kurt Schlichter.